Right, guys? They're lying to you, mate. Italy doesn't exist. But Rome, the Roman Empire, that does exist. So you guys might be saying, how does Rome and the Roman Empire exist, but Italy doesn't? Mate, it's an oil rig. It's an oil rig, mate. It's an oil rig on the sea. Let me explain this. So, Italy is sitting on top of an oil reserve, or rather, where Italy is supposed to be, like the boot shape, it's actually an oil reserve. It's a giant shoe, basically, and they were trying to cook something. They were trying to cook some food, and some oil went into their shoe, and then it fell off, and there's a boot in the sea, and Christopher Columbus, he found a random boot in the sea. It was so big that it looked like a country. He decided to call it Italy because I don't know why. But he's roaming about and he's like, I should call this place Rome because I'm roaming about. So yeah, he calls the city the city that is in Rome. And it's basically a fungal infection in the boot. So basically he cuts open the boot. Like he literally just gets like this building team and he just gets them to take the top half of the boot off. Yeah? So basically he does that. And then he tries to find India. He goes west. That's not actually west for me, that's north. But okay, he goes west, yeah, to find India. Now India also doesn't exist, but we'll save that for another one. So he tries to find India, and he finds Africa instead. But hold on, Africa's further west than India, so we need a cover up for this. So they took Africa, they flipped it, and they called it South America. That's why they look so similar. That's why South America fits into Africa. It's not Pangea. Tectonic plates don't exist. Earthquakes are just when the Illuminati try to drill and try to tap into the Earth's oil supply. Don't ask. That is a conspiracy theory for another day. We're just talking about Italy not existing. Okay, so he goes over to Africa, right? And he's Spanish, right? So he raids it, but no, he's not actually in South America at this point. He is, or let's say Africa. He's not in Africa. He's in the Middle East, which is what most people call Central America, right? So we're in Central America, but he's actually in the Middle East. So he's in like Saudi Arabia, and it's just people thought he was in Mexico. Like, no, that's Saudi Arabia. It's like come on. How do you look at Africa in the Middle East and not think that looks oddly similar to South America and Central America? So, right, he's in Saudi Arabia, teaches everyone how to speak Spanish, tells everyone, like, mate, people are gonna come here on visits to see all the Mayan temples, because obviously we have to make up your culture so that people believe it's an actual country. Like, mate, why do you think Finland didn't have Vikings? Obviously, because Finland doesn't exist. It's a scam made by Japan and Russia, also Sweden are in it. That's for another day, though. For another day. Like, I don't want to talk about like too much today, but they're paid actors, mate, basically. So Saudi Arabia and Spain, also Russia are in on it because they're Russia. So they like invest into the set. They split up the country. This was compensated later on for Donald Trump's wall. Like, mate, if you're gonna like split the country, like, because that's obviously like the split between Middle East, right? Like Saudi Arabia is a split. North of it is America, or the north of Saudi Arabia, and south of Mexico is just south of Saudi Arabia. It's they're tricking us, mate. So how does this explain Italy not existing? Well, okay, so the boot thing that I told you, like, it's just this. It's a story, because he didn't actually find a boot. He just found something boot shaped. It was like sunken under, and it was boot shaped like under. So what he actually found was just a boot shaped oil reserve where Italy should be. The only part of Italy that's actually real is Sicily. That's the only part. And also Rome, because that's the city where they like mine it. So yeah. So he went back, he realised it was actually a hallucination, right? So if he hallucinated, what was he supposed to do? How was he supposed to fix it? Right? So if he was gonna tell people that he found a boot, and then later tell them that it was not a boot, what was he gonna do? Was he just gonna tell people there was an oil reserve? No, it's the 15th century. No one knows what oil is used for. It's not the Industrial Revolution yet. So basically, go down into like, they go into like the area where it is. Just like, so this material is some black stuff. It's not useful right now, but I think it will be useful like later on. So it's not, they don't know what it is, so they just decide to store it there. And they just tell everyone, hey guys, there's this bland country here that exists, that definitely exists, and yeah, don't go there because it's pointless. And then they create a history that makes it like seem like it's an actual country. So there was this place called Rome. That was real. So Rome is Rome is just basically there all the time. But it was like a small, it was a tiny island, yeah? So, later on what they did was they found the island and they like dug it up and they built an oil rig on it. So, and then they like made like an underwater base so they could get all the oil. So what Columbus did was he created this culture like pizza and pasta. But obviously pizza and pasta doesn't exist. It does exist, you can eat it, but the culture of pizza and pasta doesn't exist. So basically, he had to create the Roman Empire. The Roman Empire, I'm sorry guys, that wasn't real. But the Byzantine Empire, that was real. Byzantine Empire turned into the Ottoman Empire. And we all know World War I, World War II, Cold War, moon landing. But was that really how it happened? I'll explain that in my next video, but let's see. Roman Empire. How do you create this history without raising suspicion, right? He has to be smart. You can't just write all these books and magic history out of thin air. Imagine if I went to like Mars and then I wrote like thousands of years of history. Like, no, you wouldn't be able to do that. So, what does he do? Well, it's just like about like, so there's like, he creates this country called the Holy Roman Empire. So the Holy Roman Empire, yes, the Holy Roman Empire exists. It existed in the year 1000, but it wasn't named after Rome. It was named after the, like, we're roaming, we're taking states. So, Columbus, he went to the Holy Roman Empire, and it was like, alright, so you're the Holy Roman Empire, right? So, I've discovered this place has a lot of material. I don't know what it is, but I'm not going to try and figure it out. So, I found this place, and I've named it Rome because I was just roaming about and found it. I'm planning to create this thing called the Holy Roman Empire. And the emperor was like, but with the Holy Roman Empire. Well, yes, but we're trying to create the original Roman Empire. And that's what your empire was based on. So basically what happened is the original Roman Empire was destroyed by like barbarians. And those barbarians were real. They were real. They did cause problems. But the Roman Empire was destroyed by the barbarians. So, Roman Empire weak. Holy Roman Empire lasts way longer. Trust. 800 years. Yeah, so basically, he works with the Holy Roman Empire, basically. Roman Empire and Holy Roman Empire, they're basically just, they're just trying to create this fake country. Can't exactly do that. So they get the UK in on it. I was invited to this meeting, and it was like, I think they got the wrong person, because they were like, at our last meeting, we discussed how fake the history of Rome is. Oh, it's my dog. Hello. Right, I'm telling people how Italy is fake, right? Okay. So, gotta do this video. So, basically, they get the UK in on it, and basically they say that around like 1500 years ago, let's say like 50 BC, right? We're invaded by Rome. So, what did Rome do to us? They improved life for us, basically. But that hurt. I don't do that. But how do you do that? So they have to get basically the government of the main superpowers, basically. So who are they? UK. It's not UK at this point. It's England. Sorry, England. Get England. Get France. Get Spain. Get the Holy Roman Empire, and they get Austria. They get Russia. These countries were involved in the Napoleonic Wars because of a dispute that happened. French Revolution was actually because it wasn't because we're being treated unfairly. It's like, we need to tell the people that Italy actually doesn't exist. And it was just an uprising. Italy doesn't exist. Napoleon thought that was stupid because he was from Corsica, and that was part of Italy before they declared independence and were bought by France. So Napoleon goes to France to figure it out, and figures out that, hold on, Italy does exist, but does it really exist? No, it doesn't. You're just drugged by the person that's there. The FBI were there, CIA there, MI5, MI6, Men in Black, the Mafia, the KGB, the Yakuza from Japan, basically everyone. Yes, the Men in Black are real. They're just real. Watch the movie. They're the mind wiping neuralizer. Yeah, I have actually done a video on the Men in Black, but I erased your memory of it. Okay, so basically, they were there, they drugged him, so he believed this country exists. Goes back, tells people, this country does exist, I've been there, opening it, check it out for yourself. Right? So, Columbus, he created this history, gets all the countries in the world participate. But like, what's the national dish? There's no, what food? So, he goes out west again. I know that's north. That is north. And I'm pointing that way because it's left, but you might be seeing it as right. So that is actually east, but north. So it's northeast. He goes northeast. He goes west northeast, basically. He goes west, basically. He finds Hawaii. Now, there's pineapple there. What do they do with the pineapple? Obviously, the Hawaiians put it on pizza. He's like, no, this is an exotic fruit. Italy is just this country we're creating. Italy, it's just European country. Pineapple is not European. That's where pineapple does not belong on pizza comes from. Pineapple does actually belong on pizza. Hawaii created it. Don't believe the lies. It's a scam. Pineapple does belong on pizza. It belongs. Just because it belongs on it doesn't mean it tastes good on it. Okay, right? Something's burning. Okay, I don't care. I'm recording this video. So pineapple, he takes it off. He puts like chili and pepperoni and just everything on it. He takes it back to Spain. He's like, yeah, I think we found a good national dish. And then obviously he spreads it, creates Italian restaurants. That's how Italy was created. Napoleonic Wars were just, it wasn't because the French Revolution and Napoleon was just fighting the other countries that were fighting France. No, it's because France wanted to tell everyone the truth that Italy didn't exist, and then Napoleonic Wars, fight. They tried to eradicate France, and they didn't succeed at it. So they had another go at it, basically. Germany and Austria-Hungary had a go at it in 1914, basically. But you can't just fight a war with everybody good on one side and bad people on the other side. So Britain and Russia had to be on the good side, which is actually the bad side. So, well, in our eyes, it's good side, bad side. France actually trying to tell us the truth. I'm not on any side. So I'm just a messenger. You can believe what you want to believe, but basically, they have to create a reason for this war. So, Archduke Franz Ferdinand, he's the heir to the throne. He's in this like really so car. The assassinates, they kill him, but they were told to kill him. They were supposedly imprisoned. They were in prison, but they were not imprisoned. They disappeared from society. Basically, they worked the SCP Foundation, the Men in Black, and the Mafia. All the same thing, right? And the Illuminati. I forgot about the Illuminati. Yeah, the Illuminati basically formed to keep secret. And basically, the Illuminati just trying to basically hide everything. But they supposedly don't exist anymore. They do. I'll do another video about that. No, I won't, because there's been too many stuff about that. But basically, they had this war to prevent the secret from getting out. Schools will teach you that Britain, France, and Russia were the good side because of what Germany did later, because they were like, they can't get away with this. We need to eradicate France, remove it from the earth. So, what did they do? World War II. They just did it. I don't want to say the guy's name because people might get angry at me for saying it. So, the ugly mustache guy. He basically said, no, there's like too much stuff. France can't get away with this. We need to eradicate them. So he forms a government. Takes them. That's why they occupied France in World War II. Now, the Holocaust, basically a cover-up for trying to kill all the French. They were trying to locate French people, not the Jews, but they needed a cover-up. So even Britain thought that was overkill, so they actually fought in the war. Now the space race was basically America and Russia, or Soviet Union at that point. They're like, Germany, that's a good idea. We should do that. So they tried to launch France into space. So it wasn't actually a war. It was just, yeah, let's test the technology and pretend to fight so that we can launch France into that white circle over there. So launch it to the white circle. The moon is fake, right? It's just a white circle in the sky. It's a filter. It's placed there by the Illuminati. It's not actually the sun that lights us up. It's the sun that keeps us warm. But they also need something to light it up. So what do? They place the moon there. So basically, moon's fake. It's just light. So that's why they're called the Illuminati, because they were trying to illuminate the world. Because before that, it was just dark. They had to use fire. So basically, Cold War tried to launch France they failed. No one's tried anything since. People still believe Italy exists. That is the end of this video. Goodbye, guys.